Hi, I'm Justin Garski here at Automation Fair 2019.
And I'm Michaela Kaufmann, also at Automation Fair Product Manager for iTrack.
So we're here, it's an exciting time of the year for us at Rockwell, and we're looking to solve people's problems. So when we talk to our industry friends, what are some of the things that we're bumping into and seeing, and how are we combating those things and going after it?
Right. So we see more and more the trends in the industry to go down to production size 1. Basically, instead of mass production, what it was before, we're going to mass customization because everybody has the different individual needs. So it starts already with your cookie, right? So taking a look at your cookies, you also want to have the different types of flavors, which you like, right? And necessarily you don't like, what was it?
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
You can keep the strawberries, but I will take,
Appreciate
the vanilla and the chocolates, and
Okay.
maybe I want 4, 4, and 8 instead of 8 and 8 or whatever that looks like, right?
I totally understand, and this is exactly the point. How do you do these changes basically on the fly without stopping your machine, having machine downtime where you're not producing?
Yeah.
And this is where ICT, independent card technology, is the answer for those needs.
So, iTrack specifically,
Yeah.
you've got a big announcement here. Something
Definitely.
interesting to see on the floor.
Absolutely.
What are some of the things that you'd like to share about the new small frame iTrack?
Yeah, so our iTrack 5730, you definitely can see that the integrated architecture booth, and we really were looking into having a smaller form factor, especially if you take a look at applications like flow wrapping, right? You really need a small iTrack in there, more like not a King Kong, right? You really want to have a smooth integration, basically.
Yeah.
And you need the 50 millimeter pitch. And that's basically the key, what we are able to reach with the 5730, to have the true 50 millimeter pitch so you can overcome those hurdles.
That's about 30% smaller than our existing medium frame
roughly,
pitch. So
exactly, yeah.
pretty significant savings there.
Yep, definitely.
What are some of the other features that are interesting in this product?
Oh, and also really interesting is that we eliminated the gateways. So we really have kinetics functionalities on our iTrack 5730. We have much higher servo loop performance. We're going from 1 to 2 milliseconds down to 250 microseconds, which is a big improvement there. And that's going to help us a lot in those applications as well.
Sure.
And not to forget, speaking about integrated motion, we also have integrated safety.
Okay.
So this we haven't had so far in the market as well. So imagine you have a big track, thinking about assembly, for example, and you just want to have a certain safety zone, basically, with where you trigger the STO, but the other parts of the track still should be running. You definitely can identify, I only want to have this section with STO enabled, for example.
So that kind of fits in with our Kinetics 5700 platform, where maybe, as you highlight, hey, I've got a web line and I want to keep tension on my rollers, but I want to be able to turn off the packaging side of that machine or whatever that looks like. You can bring things up and down individually.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. It's coming back to the flexibility, what we mentioned at the beginning, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So kind of the last thing I think that you mentioned as we were talking before was some of the integration and the ease of development as we're moving forward with this. Talk a little bit about that.
Right, because our application code manager, which helps a lot, it's basically like object-oriented programming. And this is what we are also doing for our iTrack technology. So we're having our ICT libraries, that's how they are called, to really help the customers be faster on the market, because you can overcome like anti-collision or anti-sway when you're transporting liquids, things like that, for example, with an easy programming parameter set, basically. And that helps a lot of customers to start up your system and get it running.
And it's been fun too to play with some of those things and pull them into tools like our Emulate 3D, right?
Exactly.
So you're able to kind of test and really bring this from concept to creation in a much shorter time frame. It's been fun to play with those.
And it's also a proof of your concept when you're doing that in terms of throughput, as well as a great sales tool for your end users as well, because you just can already simulate your machine and basically leverage there as well. There's nothing more powerful, I think.
Excellent. I think this is a great step forward for us and for the technology, and thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your time. And for all of you, really take a look for the iTrack 5730 and contact your Rockwell Automation specialist.